Alright folks, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I'm going to make an attempt to drill holes in the rear here to hopefully relieve some water. I purchased this J16 and I noticed that one side is a lot heavier than the other, and I found that the center console here, I don't know if you can see that, but it moves back and forth where the screws, I could just about pull them all out, so it was pretty much a poor installation on their part from the beginning. But I'm gonna use this bit here. It is I think a 6 foot, so from where it's at the back here, we'll probably go from there and it'll get me to the beginning of the console, and I hope that's enough. I don't know. And again, I know it's going to affect the integrity of the boat, but I mean, at this point I got to do what I got to do. But I'm going to come back here to the rear. I'm going to put a couple holes in the very bottom here, and you can pretty much see we've had a pretty cold winter here, and I don't know if that's a frost line or what, the way it's turned colors at that level, but this side of the boat, which is the left side, it sits about 2 inches, 3 inches lower in the water, and if you step on this side while in the boat, it'll near about touch the tip here. But if I step on the right side of the boat, it'll barely move, which tells me there's something definitely wrong inside there. So I'm going to make an attempt, and I'll let you know here in a few. Alright, also, I apologize for the camera shaking, but the standard hole that comes in it to the center is 1.25 inches from the bottom to the center. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and I'm going to go about 1.5 inches. I don't want to get too close to the very bottom, but as most of you know how the insides are, it's right at the base of the floor on the inside. So I want to come up about 1/4 inch. I know there'll be a little bit of drainage that may not come out because of that, but I just don't want to get too close. But like I said, I'm going to go about 1.5 inches from the very bottom, and I measured over from the center 18 inches, and that's what I'm going to do. I just come up with that number. It could be a little more, a little less for some of y'all, but I'm going to go center that hole to 18 inches, and I'll show you where I mark it here in just a second. Alright, and like I said, I went 18 inches from the center of the hole, and I went 1.5 inches up, and I just put tape on there to hopefully prevent any popping or peeling. But as you can see, I just put an X there. I'm going to start with a very small bit and just work my way up, and I'm going to do both sides the exact same way again. 18 over from the center of the hole, I'm assuming that's the very center of the boat, and 1.5 inches from the bottom here. Alright, just a quick update. As you can see, water's dripping out here as I thought it would be on this side. As I drilled it out, and again I went about 6 foot up, all the foam was pulling water out as well. It was all saturated with water, and it's dripping pretty decent right now. I'm sure most of it's just saturated foam, but it's what I expected. I knew there had to be water in there, because like I said, it sits 2 inches or more lower on this side. But as I drilled on the other side, as you can see, all the foam, I don't know, you probably can't tell, but anyhow, all the foam coming out of here was dry, and there's nothing wet in here at all. So as I suspected, it was all pretty much on the left hand side. But right now I think this is going to fix the issue. I've got my plugs on the way from Amazon, and I'm going to put those in, the brass plugs with the screw in, and seal them up pretty good, and at least I can take these out, you know, a couple times during the summer and put the boat up as high as I can and let it drain. But I think this is going to take care of the main issue I've got going on, and I know it's going to need to be setting up for a while, because I mean, this has been dripping pretty steady ever since I poked the hole in. So I know it's going to be days for it's done, and I want it to dry out inside, so I'll probably take a shop vac out every day or two and just run it for about 5 minutes, just running some air through there, because there's no other way for air to get in there. But I think that's going to take care of it. But again, left side's definitely full of water here. So if you get more updates, I'll post it. Appreciate it. I know this is going to be a little loud. I apologize. I'm going to show you guys what I'm seeing here. I'm taking my shop vac here, and when I removed it. It's going to come out very slow. Plenty of water in this hole. It's coming out right now. Again, not blaming Gun on Skiff. I think it's poor installation of the previous owner. I can move the console all around where the gaps are and those screws on this. I want to show you guys this real quick. Definitely when you do this, if you do this, not recommending it. You drill a hole in your hole. You can see what we're doing right here. Alright, last update before I install the garber plugs. I think you all know how to do that. I'm just going to put brass plugs in here with the screw-in inserts. But the reason I say you're going to need to take your shop vac back several times is it barely drips and it'll even come to a stop at times. But I'm going to turn the shop vac on one more time and pull it off and just show you what it does. So it's definitely going to be a week-long process to make sure we get most of it out. But I'll show you here. You see it'll start running out a lot better again. But I've just been doing that every few minutes, and like I say, it's going to be a long time before we get it all out. But just so you guys kind of know how to do it, this is what I did. Hope it helps you out.